What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at why I believe the VEVEverse could change mobile VR gaming forever. But before we do this, if you enjoy this video and find it in any way useful and informative to you, then please consider liking, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings behind the ideas that I share with you today. So a couple of weeks ago on a webinar that I watched, one of the team members in VEVE touched upon the creation of a VEVEverse. This essentially being an interactive style universe where you could go into your friends' collectible spaces. You have more utility behind the collectibles that you buy in the VEVE marketplace. So what I'm going to do is sort of touch upon the mobile gaming marketplace as a whole and the way I feel like this could impact the mobile VR gaming marketplace moving forward. So there was over 80 billion mobile games downloaded in 2020. Now this highlights the sheer volume and in-demand nature that mobile gaming is having within relevant culture right now. Everybody is using mobile games. It's that usability, the easeability of being able to go onto your phone, download your favorite game and jump straight into it in real time. Now this is important to keep note because VEVE's marketplace right now is currently an application. And, you know, as we've already seen with some of the things they've created currently within the marketplace right now, and the things they've sort of touched upon the intentions behind what VEVE are trying to do in terms of breaking out into gaming, seeing this total demand within mobile games itself can give you an idea behind why VEVE would want to introduce gaming into the collectible space and introduce utility behind their collectibles. Another pretty important thing that I wanted to touch upon here is that players spent 100 billion in mobile games in 2020. Highlighting the sheer sort of the change and shift within gaming as a whole. People's resistance towards mobile gaming has completely changed to what it had done 10 years ago. This is a completely different marketplace right now. People go into free games and essentially are more susceptible and more able, I guess, to buy the upgrades, to get involved with some of the additions that gaming provides. Now, the reason I believe the VEVEverse could add a potential layer of innovation into this space is that if you could introduce NFTs into the gaming mobile space like this, where people could buy in-app upgrades within their gaming, but essentially have that in the form of an NFT where it has something beyond just the usability of the game, inside the game itself. There's actually more utility behind what you're buying in game. I think we could see this drastically increase and go way beyond 100 billion, because you're essentially allowing users to not just invest into their favorite games, but also have that outside utility as well. And I believe the introduction of the VEVEverse, having this collectible space within the VEVE marketplace, introducing gaming, could bring these elements together and essentially revolutionize what we're already seeing within mobile gaming right now. The next thing I want to touch upon here is essentially just the mobile virtual reality gaming as a whole. One of the key elements I thought I wanted to touch upon here is mobile virtual reality gaming is the most affordable experience for consumers. Now, this is a big thing to keep in mind. Gaming can be expensive. If you look at PS4 or PS5, sorry, Xbox One, the games are incredibly expensive to buy now. You know, you're looking at brand new releases edging into the sort of £50 a game. Now, what this highlights is this potential revolutionary step that gaming could take in this place. Now, the reason I say this is that the introduction of a mobile virtual world, combined with it being essentially cheaper to use, could allow this more mass adoption play to take place. And I'll show this in statistics a little later on. But it's important for us to keep this in mind when we actually have a look at the VEVEverse and what essentially this could do, because you've got one side of the coin where you're buying your collectible, but if they could introduce this this also cheaper alternative for people to use their collectible as well, to allow a more rounded interactive experience for their users inside of this mobile virtual reality space, I think we'll start to see how this combination between cryptocurrency, NFTs, and gaming could all correlate in with one another, and essentially how VEVE could change the way VR gaming is used moving forward. Another thing it says, with a growing number of mobile gamers, which I touched on before, the mobile gaming VR market is expected to gain significant traction. And this is what I'm trying to say. There is a correlation here. When you see the demand in mobile gaming, you're almost naturally, when you introduce a new style, a more interactive style of gaming in the form of VR, you could see that bleed over of people going over to adopt and essentially get involved with VR gaming. And another thing here is, which I thought was pretty interesting, is it's estimated the number of VR headsets sold will reach 82 million units by 2020. This is a very interesting statistic to keep in mind because this shows the growing nature of what VR is doing. You know, I still think we are very early in VR gaming. They're still figuring out the interactive elements of how to use VR gaming to bring people together in this more community-style technology. And not just that, actually developing the technology itself. You know, it is once again a leap forward for gaming, or for the gaming space. It's a move forward from just this mobile aspect and moving it into this more virtual reality world, this more immersive universe. And the reason why I think that's important to keep note when referencing VEVE is that if they're able to release a universe where you can walk into it, buy your NFT collectible, use it inside of this sort of gamification, these gaming style elements, and incorporating that within the total demand within mobile games and the growing demand within mobile VR, I think we could see how this VEVEverse could correlate and why they're looking to break into this new establishing market here. Another thing I wanted to sort of touch upon here is in January 2020, Sony Corporation declared the launch of PlayStation 5 in the upcoming year. The launch will help boost the adoption of virtual reality in the gaming industry. Now, we've already seen Sony become a player within the VEVE marketplace, and seeing that Sony are looking to try and break into, monopolize, or essentially have a big market share within VR gaming, you can see how this brand and why this brand has associated itself with VEVE. That combination between the utility behind NFT collectibles, how you can make them interactive and bring them into gaming, and even have the reverse where if you got involved with a game, let's use this as a hypothetical room for thought. Let's say that VEVE introduced a game, a style game where you could essentially you could play it for free within their VEVEverse, but also have the ability to buy NFT collectibles that you could use within that game to sort of increase the usability and increase the utility within the game itself. You could understand why Sony would want to be a part of that, with them having the biggest market share right now within VR gaming or VR gaming headsets. You know, you could see why they'd want to sort of evolve with the times. I said this and touched on this in a previous video. I believe the association of Sony is more to do with their gaming. And to see that they're going into the VR gaming space themselves, and in terms of their headsets and the direction that VEVE are already speaking about within the development they're having in the background, I think we can start to see how this could revolutionize the VR gaming space. This connection between this juggernaut in gaming and this new concept within NFTs, and essentially the utility behind the NFT within mobile gaming itself and mobile VR gaming. So I hope that sort of makes sense how I've connected those elements together. We've also got the estimated VR device shipment share by worldwide vendors. Sorry, I need to get my words out. And we've got here that Sony hold 43% of the market share currently, with Oculus being just behind. This is important to keep in mind. You know, this is why I believe Sony is getting involved with VEVE. They're already showing their intention. They've presented their hand already. They want to move into VR gaming. They want to remain relevant within gaming culture. And showing that VEVE's innovation within gaming, this connective element within in-app buying, and how you can essentially maybe connect your purchase within games and have that turn into the utility behind NFTs, and having more utility behind your in-app purchases. You could essentially see how all these connecting elements could come together. But I just thought this was an important point to make here. Sony's involvement, their clear involvement within the VR space. We've also got another chart here just demonstrating the growth in virtual reality and millions of units sold. And essentially this is from 2019, and it's just sort of growing trend moving up. Now, like I say, this is important to keep into mind. This is a growing and emerging market. And seeing what VEVE have already created and seeing what they want to create, this intention, looking at sort of the staff members they've already brought in, looking for gaming developers, having important critical key members in the background developing, which we can almost be certain now with the introduction of a VEVEverse is in place. We can start to see what VEVE are trying to do. I believe they're trying to break into this VR mobile gaming market and how this will play out over the foreseeable years. And then the last thing I want to sort of touch upon here is virtual reality gaming revenue worldwide. Now, the reason I said this before is that we saw that there was over 100 billion in-app purchases in 2020 in mobile gaming. Now, you can see here, just by these graphs, demonstrating the growth of VR gaming. Now, I actually believe that if we can incorporate NFTs into mobile gaming and increase that utility and that usability of the in-game experience for a user, and seeing people's already have the ability to or already have their sort of their mindset within already buying in-app games. They already want to buy in-app games. We've seen this within the 100 billion in revenue generated, but actually you see that you'd have a utility behind it as well. You can essentially, I can see this growing much more rapidly. This is a very linear growth here. I think we can see real explosive growth in this space if we could, if you can incorporate those elements together. I hope I'm explaining this well. I'm sort of highlighting and pushing together multiple concepts, so I hope this has been delivered in a way that makes sense to you. But this is why I believe the VEVEverse is going to have such a huge impact. You know, they're going to break into this new emerging market. They're going to revolutionise the way we look at gaming and collecting as a whole. And I just think it's a really interesting take and a really interesting idea to reflect with you. So I hope this video's made sense. I hope you found it useful. And if you have, then please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you've got this far in the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.